What's going on, guys? Today I'm going to show you how I make drawer boxes. The reason I'm making these drawer boxes is because my wife and I are kind of redoing our kitchen a little bit. We bought this house and it's from the 70s, so everything is a little outdated in it. So we're going through and just making some new drawers and stuff like that that fit better for what we want to use them for. So yeah, today I'm going to be making this drawer here, and yeah, follow along if you want to know how I do it. I have no idea what I'm doing, but I'm going to figure it out. So let's go. Okay, so first thing I did is I grabbed some plywood. I believe this is cabinet grade. It's a 3/4 inch plywood, and I'm measuring out the dimensions. So however tall my box is going to be, and marking that so I can cut it, marking both sides so I can line up this Kreg AccuCut. I'm not sure what it's called, I can't remember, but yeah, it's the first time using this tool too. So I don't have a track saw, so this is what I found, and it worked all right, honestly, not too bad. Just dialing in the part that clamps onto the saw was a little tricky, but once it's dialed in, it gives pretty good results. So yeah, just getting some pieces cut. I think I cut 3 pieces at like 8 inches or something like that. And then so after I got my pieces cut, I brought it over to the table saw just so I can, I didn't necessarily not trust the Kreg setup, but I just cut them a little larger than what I needed them, so I can use the table saw to get them down to the right size. And yeah, just sawing away. Like I said, I got 3 pieces, so I can have 2 long ones, and then the third piece will just be cut for the sides. So I want to say, I don't know the length of it, maybe 20, I think it was like 20 or 29 or something like that inches long. So here I am just cutting off those ends to just make sure that they were at 90 degrees. And then I'm just going to cut them to whatever measurement that I was making my drawers to. These ones are a little bigger. I'm making 2 of these drawers, and they're a little larger just because the cabinet space that we're putting them in is for like bowls and pots and stuff. So yeah, just cutting them down on the old Cobalt. And you can see I took the first one and I'm flushing it up to the next one there, just so I can have the exact same measurement. Pretty easy, you don't have to use a tape measure a whole bunch, just cut the one to where you want it, and then butt this one up and butt that saw right up to it, and just give her the old go, and pretty soon you have 2 that are the same size. Yep, line it up. There you go. Turn it on. Yep, there we go. Boom. Oh yeah. Nice. Nice and steady. There we go. And of course, after I got those cut, oh, I didn't go all the way through there. What a dork. Oh, there we go. Just break it off. Figure that out later. So this one, I'm guessing, is going to be the short sides of it. Just measuring those, which I want to say they were probably like 23 inches deep. And just sawed through that one, got the measurement, and then did the same thing, just stacked it on top. Oop, I wasn't too sure, so I got to measure again after I cut. Yep. Oh, it is what it is now. So back over to the table here, and I'm using this little tool, another little tool from Kreg here, just to figure out where I want to start putting a dado into these panels that's going to hold the bottom plate. I want to say it was probably like a 1/2 inch from the bottom. I'm just marking those up on all the boards just to help me, so when I come over to the table saw, I just know which side that's going to go up against the fence. So yeah, we're just going to set the table saw to the right height, and set the fence to the right dimension, and make some cuts. So we're just going to push it through. Obviously it's not going all the way through. I don't want to cut the board in half, but we're just making a little groove for the bottom panel to kind of slide in. I'm using 1/2 inch plywood for the bottom panel. So I'm just going to go through. There you can kind of see the idea there. I'm just going to keep running it through and adjusting until it fits the piece of plywood. But before I move my fence, I'm just going to run them all through. And I'm kind of putting pressure down on it as I'm going through, just because the blades are like staggered, the teeth are staggered on this, and so I want to try to get them as the proper depth, so they're true whatever 1/4 inch or whatever I decided to make it deep wise. So there I'm using a piece of scrap 1/2 inch to just try to get the fit right, tapping over the fence a little bit, running it through. And I just did this on one piece until I got the right fit. And once it got in there, kind of like snug, and not too snug, you know, we decided that was the thing right there. So ran all the rest through, and I checked every single one just to make sure like the fence wasn't moving or anything. So you can see it goes in there. It's pretty snug. So yeah, and then with the kerf blade, I guess I wasn't quite done yet. So yeah, just testing the fit. I'm guessing some of them weren't done. You can see they're a little cupped too, so that was kind of annoying. The plywood I got kind of cupped on me, so I'm trying to fight with that too and pushing down so that cup kind of straightens out as I run it across the table saw, so that the depth is consistent through the whole piece. And that should be it. Yeah, so it is. I just disappeared there, but I'm back at the table. I'm just using a chisel there to break off some of the pieces that the saw didn't get, and just try to clean it up just a little bit. Doesn't have to be perfect. And yeah, I think I went through every single one, just checking it, making sure it was relatively flat on the bottom of that dado. And it all ended up okay. It all worked. Like I said, I built 2 of these drawers, and they're holding up great. So whatever I'm doing here seems to have worked. So there we go. After chiseling out those dados, making them nice. Pocket holes. That's what this is going to be held together with. Just some good old pocket holes. I'm using 1 1/4 pocket holes here, and I got it set for the 3/4 inch material, obviously. And I think I'm just putting, I want to say about 4 pocket holes on each of the what did I do? I think I did the long pieces here. Yeah, I put them on the front and the back. That way when the drawer face goes on it, you don't really see the pocket holes, and then you'll never see them on the back side anyways. So as you can see on the table there, they're on the long pieces. So now I'm gonna put my box together and just make sure that everything gets squared up and everything. And there you go, there's a box. And I took another piece of scrap, I don't know why, just to set the inside corners. I don't know, maybe I'm trying to square it up there. I'm not really sure, but yeah, as you can see, that one side's cupped pretty bad, so yeah, okay, well, there you go. So now they're, boom, 1.25 inch Kreg pocket hole screws. And I'm using these little clamps I found. I tried to use them on another project. I bought them for something else, and I never used them again. So I decided, well, they're there, so I'm going to try to use them. And we're going to square it up, and I'm going to do what yeah, there you go. Pretty self-explanatory. Gonna run some screws in there with the old Ryobi. You know, secured. Another one. Yeah. Get in there. Secured. Oh look, even more. Did one side, now I'm gonna do the other ones, and ran into the issue there. As you can see, like the dingus I am, I put the boards wrong. So I'm going to pull that side piece forward a little bit and flush up that front piece to it. There you go. Great work. Very cool. Yep, good to go. 2 thumbs up. So we're going to give it a little zippity zoop there. Oh, in and out. Yeah, come on, get it in there. Just run it in. Nope, and secured. So just dry fitting this kind of together with the screws. I'm just putting one in the top and one in the bottom, just so I can slide this bottom piece in. This is a 1/2 inch piece of plywood. I think it's like sanded plywood or something like that. Not quite sure exactly what kind, but it's plywood. And it's 1/2 inch, so I'm just sliding it into those dados, letting it sit, so you can see and make sure it's down in the little groove there. Yeah, smack it. Yeah, smack it. There you go. Oh, smack it. Yeah, okay, there we go. Took a measurement on that just to get the right height, and then pulled it back out, and then ran her through the old table saw there, and okay, there it goes. Alright, so now this should be the right fit. Try it again here. Flip the box around because it was kind of hard to reach over apparently, so now you can see that the kind of inside of the box would look like there. Fits in there nice. Test the top and everything goes good. It should fit. Yep, get it in there. Oh, okay. And obviously it worked, so now I'm just going to go ahead and pull some screws out. I know it's going to fit now. So we're going to go ahead and start gluing everything up, and then finish putting all the screws in. Yeah, make sure the camera's still looking at me. And yeah, I think I'm using like Titebond 2 for this. I just don't know why, that's all I had. But it works out because it's water resistant, so I'm just going to put some glue in the dados there, and on the sides, just run it up the side there, get some glue on there. Not baking a cake, just getting some glue on the wood. And yeah, so gonna put that back in place and screw her in, get all the screws in there, and pretty much just repeat the same thing on the other side. Having issues? There it goes. Yep. Get those fasteners fastened. Yeah, close up. Yeah. Secured. Yeah. Yep. Don't want to go too far with it. Yeah. And secured. So there, I'm just taking a chisel and I'm just kind of getting the glue out of the corners there. There you have it. So first time doing a drawer box, and it was pretty easy, honestly, not too bad. So yeah, next video I'm going to do the drawer fronts, the faces for the drawers. So if you want to see how I do that, which I've never done before either, you know, stay tuned for the next one. Check it out. Yeah, we'll see you around. Thanks for watching.